YouTube, what's up? We're all a cell of the human body, or the universal expression, the fruit of the universe. Since we are the universe basically exploring itself, in a sense, we could look at ourselves as being a small thing within a big thing, or a big thing within a small thing, however you want to look at it, a universe within a universe. Small things are big things, like how pregnancy might be a microscopic thing, but it's a big deal. It is what you make it, though, I guess. But it is a big deal and a microscopic thing at the same time. So if we look at the body and all of us as cells of the whole makeup of the body or universe itself, and energy in general itself, then we can look at the body even more as far as the alkaline acidity balance, or acid to alkaline balance. And you can look at each part of, like, the ratio acid to alkaline. Each part of the ratio acid to alkaline brings about different personalities. A certain pH brings about a certain temperament, certain temperature. So everybody is pretty much, or every body of energy is pretty much manifesting a certain experience, and we're all cells of this total experience as beings, or as the fruit of the universe. So if someone were to be knocked out, which is really like being knocked in, you could say they're so far from their body, or they're so deep in their body. Like if you have people that are in a catatonic state, comas and whatnot, or just in hysterical states where they're in the loony bin. They're just, they could be, I don't want to give blanket statements for everybody that is not fully there, but it is just about your nearness to self, like your distance or your closeness to self. That's why Baha'i, as far as a religion, the Baha'i religion, it's not the worst religion. I don't know. It's not the worst, man. I mean, they got their thumb on it, kind of. BAHA''I. You can check out a lot. Some of the things they say, I agree with. But anyway, it's just basically like the closeness, or the further you are from the self, determines your experience. And so basically, what I'm saying is that each cell, a person in a cell, in general, is just experiencing a literal cell, and someone that's knocked out or knocked in further from the body, and it's a gradual process too, over lifetimes, just being pushed further and further from the seat, the driver's seat, and a day being a lifetime, a microcosm of a small thing in the big thing. It's we can see it all manifest accordingly. Somebody that becomes knocked in, somebody that becomes open to the point where they can be knocked out or knocked in, away from their body, dying awake, breaking the body, being pushed inside the body, which is the universe, so being pushed out, however you want to look at it. But as far as the body and self-alignment, it's not on track. It's off course, or just imbalanced balance, however you want to look at it, whatever. So each energy, acid to alkaline, as far as that, because again, alkalinity is electricity, and acidity, being so-called male principle, would be to go, and alkalinity would be to stop. In that sense, if we look at the female-male principle, we look at the different energies as far as expressions of the universe and experiences. If we manage our energy, just like managing money, we determine which I don't want to say, I guess you could say which cell you are, because you got your free radical cells, you have your low oxygen cell, you have all these, you have these different cells that make up this whole human body, this human experience, or fruit of the universe experience. So as far as energy management goes, you can look at each pH level, or each ratio as a different personality on the earth. It's not that many people on the earth as people like to think. It's really not many. Because if we look at people like Genghis Khan, he makes up probably 1 billion people. Just Genghis Khan itself. It's probably 1 billion people is probably him. So really it's not that many people. Because you got so much raping and pillaging, literally. It's really just, again, fragments of one person or several people. So we're defragging. We're in a process of defragging right now as the human body as a whole. You know, we isolated the problem. We put it all in one spot, just like with cancer. And, you know, it's just, that's what the body does. That's what the body does, and that's what's happening as a whole right now. We're isolating the problem. You know, and when it comes to that, it's realizing that the problem is internal and that we are all cells of the one human or fruit of the universe experience. So, let's see if anything else I want to touch on real quick. My bad about the energy level in this one, man. I'm a little washed from being all over the country and then coming back to Cali, and then I had some Canadian tryouts today. Hamilton Tiger Cats and the Edmonton Eskimos, because you gotta have your plan B. So yeah, that's it really. I'll probably touch on it another time if I missed anything. It's just that when we come to energy management, whatever you feed into, whatever cell you're feeding into, experience, you can look at each cell in your body as being a representation of the people that you run into, the reflections that you run into. So if you give energy to that, and again, other energies or entities make homes in your house, because you're in a house within a house, they make a home in an emotion, in a given emotion. So if you're prone to anger, something might make a home, set up shop in your anger, and funnel energy that way to expand on their creative energy. It's just the same thing that's happening externally, happening internally, as far as being a planetary body and being a part of the universe. Oh yeah, by the way, check out the helical model of the universe and how the sun is really going through the universe, and the planets are basically being carried in the wake of the universe. And you can look at the sun itself as being, or view it as a sperm, or however you want to look at it, going through space, infinite space, carrying the rest of the planets in its wake. So that's the helical model, Helical. I think that's how you spell it. Whatever. I'm tired. So, yeah, check that out, man. And yeah, I'll be back with some new videos when I recharge. Love y'all.